Hey guys, it's OreoMaster43 here. Uh, on the channel, I'm not sure if we're changing the name. I think right now we're Jam or something. Jam Games, maybe. I think we might be changing the name to Lootbox Hero soon. Uh, anyways, I'm new to content creation, but I'm not new to Hearthstone. I'm so excited for this new expansion. I am planning on making like 2 to 3 decks for each class. My favorite class of Hearthstone is Priest, and I'm super excited for this. I also mainly only play control decks. I hate aggro decks, so you will notice so much anti-aggro in my control decks. It might kind of hinder it, but Also, you might also notice that my decks aren't tier 1 meta, obviously. They're not fun. If it's tier 1 meta, it kind of gets really obnoxious to go up against and not even that much fun to play. Might be more fun for, thinking and strategizing, but I think memes are what Hearthstone is all about. That's what they, post in all their expansions, so that's my favorite part of the game, getting those crazy plays that only happen once every 100 games. But once it happens, you go crazy. It's the best feeling in the world. So my first attempt at a priest deck is Control Priest. I decided to cut the quest in this because I just didn't see enough healing in it. Which is funny, it's priest, you want healing, but there's not enough, in my opinion, in my deck to warrant the quest. I did put in a Divine Hymn, which technically could complete the quest all on its own, but that's really, really hard. Anyways, we're gonna start off from top, from the late game to mid game to early game in this. Late game package I'm super excited for. I'm running King Phaeorus. I think this card has Priest written all over it because we have access to Mind Control, Plague of Death just got printed, Mass Resurrection. This is honestly one of the highest highest cost spell pools in not Magic. We're not playing Magic, we're playing Hearthstone. It's one of the highest cost spell pools in Hearthstone, and all of them have pretty decent effects. I mean, Mass Resurrection with my early game sucks, but with King Phaeorus is amazing. Hopefully, unless you get some bad 9 mana 9/6 that Death Rattle give +3/+3. I wonder what that is. Anyways, Plague of Death is gonna be really solid for those really annoying Lucent Barks. Oh my god, I just lost one this morning playing my Secret Hunter deck. You don't know how upset I got when he filled the board with 7 Lucent Barks and I did not have an answer to it. So that's why I'm running 2 of. It might even be a 1-of for something else, but anyways, Joybuzz, Geppetto Joybuzz, I get that confused every time. Geppetto Joybuzz is okay in this deck. I was running it with Alexstrasza, but then the curve got too high. It's still a little high, but it's high. It's decent enough. But Geppetto Joybuzz would have been better with King Phaeorus and Alexstrasza. But it might also be good with Archmage Vargoth, because 1 mana into Mass Resurrection is pretty amazing. That definitely fills the board completely, not just leaves it at 6. With Archmage Vargoth in the Resurrection pool. Anyways, Archmage Vargoth is pretty decent in the Resurrection pool anyways. Now, Archmage Vargoth is pretty decent mid-game play. You play it with Divine Hymn for survivability. You play it with Embalming Ritual if your opponents don't have any minions. If you're ahead, that would be pretty awesome. But also mid-game, Ziliax with Embalming Ritual is pretty broken, guys. I mean, we already talked about that, 5 mana 8/8 mech that gives your opponent's minions Reborn. If you give your opponent Ziliax Reborn, that's kind of bad enough to not run that card, actually. So if it's bad enough to not run that card. Shouldn't Embalming Ritual be good enough to run that card? Yeah. So, Embalming Ritual Ziliax, turn 6. Run it into something. If it doesn't die, or if it does die and still survives on your next turn, do it again. Like, your opponent might just hit the surrender button right there. Might concede right on the spot. Anyways, last mid-game card, Mass Hysteria for anti-aggro. Fantastic card. I love it so much. Kills mostly Murlocs. I love when that board gets crazy and you just kill them all. And then Madame Lazul's not that bad. You discover a card that would be good against your opponent. You might even discover a card that's good with Archmage Vargoth. Like, get that amazing spell that works if you have that in hand and you're ready for it. You might get some survivability if you're going up against control, anti-aggro if you're going up against aggro, hopefully. Anyways, early game. Removal first. Penance is really good. Forbidden Words is really good. And where is it? Shadow Word Death. Gets rid of those nasty 4-drop 8/8s. Why are those a thing? I don't know, but that gets rid of them. Anyways, minions. Northshire Cleric. Staple 1-drop for Priest. Even if you don't get it, the best card to keep in your hand would probably be Injured Tol'vir. Unless you're going against Hunter, because Hunter can Bomb Toss and then Spring Paw into it or something like that. That would stress me out if that happened. I can't... Shaman might Lightning Bolt it if that's a card that's run in the meta. Especially with, you know, the new Overload stuff and Electro Storm Surge. Lightning Bolt keeps getting better. Anyways, the best curve in my deck is Injured Tol'vir on turn 2, 2/3. Run it into an opponent's, like, you know, 1/1 or a 2/2, or even chip damage on that Underbelly Angler. And leave it at like a 2/1, and then immediately Wretched Reclaimer it, making it a 2/6 again, with a 3/3 on board. That's 5 damage to face, or 5 damage to start attacking enemy minions. You know, anti-aggro, of course, my favorite thing. Because, you know, your win con is King Feoris. I mean, it might not be, but it might not work every time, but it might. That's what I'm hoping for. And then turn 4 you Psycho Pump, because the only card that should be in your Resurrection pool is your Injured Tol'vir at a 2/6 taunt. More anti-aggro, more stats on board. This deck is insane. I'm so excited to run this deck. I'm hoping it works well. Obviously, RNG is not the best, but it's always so much fun. Anyways, we're going to move on from my Control Priest deck to my Quest Priest deck. Quest Priest, you run the quest, obviously, right here. We're going to talk about completing the quest first. Completing the quest, you definitely want some Circle of Healing. Divine Hymn is really good. And Neferset Ritualist, I run at 1 of. I might run 2 of. But otherwise, oh, and Holy Nova. Holy Nova might be pretty decent at turn 5. You might have some serious minions on board. I'm debating on running Crystallizers as another 1-drop. But right now, Northshire Cleric is the only 1-drop here. I didn't make it Zoo Aggro Priest. I made it more of a mid-rangey type of deck. So I want to run the 2 Northshire Clerics, the Injured Tol'vir, same curve, Injured Tol'vir into Wretched Reclaimer, into Psycho Pump. You know, that curve is just really good, guys. I feel like it might be the, you know, go-to curve for Priest. Neferset Ritualist, it's pretty okay. Penance, obviously really good. Gets rid of all those pesky 2-mana 2/3s that add Murlocs to your hand every time you play a damn Murloc. But, you know, it just has wide range of stuff. So you always want to deal 3 damage. It could even get rid of your opponent's Injured Tol'vir. That's probably where it's going to go, actually. We're running Questing Explorer because she looks she looks like she wants to be put in a deck, so let's do it, guys. That everyone's like, oh, you complete the quest too fast. Just put her in it. She is really wanting to explore. Wild Pyromancer I run one of, mainly because it's pretty good with Circle of Healing. Obviously, you get. Hopefully, you play this with Northshire Cleric, Wild Pyromancer, and get a bunch of card draw, a bunch of quest markers, you know, everything. Along with Acolyte of Pain, great card to heal early game. You will get so much card draw off of this. I mean, obviously, you play it in the Chef Nomi deck for all that card draw. Why not play it in this deck? Priest kind of sucks at card draw, so Acolyte with Wild Pyromancer and some decent healing is going to be really good. Wretched Reclaimer, we already talked about this. High Priest Amit. I put this card in this deck for only one other card, but it's pretty decent if you play it with Psychopomp. It's pretty decent if you play it with any low-cost minion. Acolyte of Pain, all that card draw. Can you guys believe that? Oh my god. So much card draw with High Priest Amit. But a real thing, you could see it at the bottom, is Nightscale Matriarch. If you complete the quest, you just hit Nightscale Matriarch into some annoying minion. Maybe even a Ziliax. You run it into a Ziliax, and then you heal it. You heal the 3, you restore 3 health, you give it +3/+3, and you summon a 3/7 Whelp. Well, the point is, turn 7 you play this, turn 8, or what the turn after, Nightscale Matriarch should survive. You're gonna definitely want to try to play around your opponents. You definitely want to bait out like the brawls early, stuff like that. In order to play this, but the turn after you play Nightscale Matriarch is the turn where you play Psychopomp into your new broken hero power. So I think 3/7s on the board is going to be hard to deal with. That said, is the 2-mana 2/3 that give your adjacent minions taunt good enough to run in this deck? Maybe. Thank you guys for watching. It's been pretty great theory crafting with the new expansion. I'm very excited to play these decks when the expansion drops. If you guys want me to play a specific deck first, please leave a comment down below. If you don't care, you don't care. You can watch it when it comes out. You don't have to. It's pretty great, pretty exciting. But what I will say is do leave a comment below letting me if there's any more memey stuff I could do in the deck, or if there's anything that might make it better on curve. Obviously, my Quest Priest deck has a pretty decent curve compared to my Control Priest deck, where I have maybe 7 +7 mana cards, or 7+ mana cards. So, you know, let me know in the comments below how to make my decks better, how to make them more memey. Definitely, I wanted to try some combo Priest cards, like you know, High Priest Amit with, you know, a low drop and Starliner seems like fun, or Spirit of the Dead with Augmented Elix and killing it with, killing the Mogu Cultist, and then playing Bwansamdi to draw all your Mogu Cultists, and then once you clear your own board, you play 7 Mogu Cultists, they all die, you have 3 mana left, and then you play the Vivid Nightmares to summon a copy of the Highkeeper Raw for 40 damage. Pretty great, but we'll see how that works out. I will, if you guys want me to build a combo Priest deck here, I'll try. Leave a comment below, and, you know, thanks for watching.